EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. Settles in always with excellent posture over the ball. Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Yeah, starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
So here we are at the third hole, par 4, again, 428 yards. Frank, have you ever seen anything quite like the bunkering that we have here on the left side of this hole?
No, the church pews, they're famous, obviously, for Oakmont, and they have that tendency to drag your eye to that left side. Really, you hit anything that you can get off on the fairway off this tee, whether it's a long iron, I don't care what it is. If you want to try and hit driver down there, well, good luck, because this really is about the second shot. Somehow avoid that trouble there so you've got a second shot.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. Now sitting at 2 under par. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. A couple of birdies already on the card. Still early, Frank, but we've seen some solid play.
This is exactly how you want to start the first round of the tournament, Rich.
Frank just continuing to make the game look easy.
This just shortens the whole golf course up when you can hit it that far.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. Beautiful approach shot there, and a good chance to take advantage. And getting ready for the putt. Do that. Eagle moves into a tie for first. And now the fifth hole, short but challenging par 4, 382 yards, and it obviously rewards precision off the tee, heavily bunkered along the way. Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, I have to say I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
I agree. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the round plays out.
Might go deep here in the red numbers. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. And now to the par 3 6th here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Setting himself up for a good weekend, the wily golf instructor makes his birdie. The par 4 7th, 434 yards.
Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. On fire right now. 7 under par. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides.
He might get a jumper here. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the U.S. Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Excellent front side. Trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, we see it every single round. These kind of putts determine whether it's a good score or an average score.
Yeah, and just like that, a bogey. He does not feel like he deserves it. I don't think a tourniquet is going to work after that one.
Tough to watch. Moving on to the 11th hole here at Oakmont, par 4, 379 yards.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot. The whole fairway slopes left to right. Just to get the ball on the fairway, you've got to draw the ball against the slope. The same problem exists with the second and the third shot.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. I think this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back? Under out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit. Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. All right, Frank, at the par 3 13th at 183 yards, what do you see here?
Well, there's a lot of things to consider, but the general slope of this green really makes you either hit to a specific section on the green or just try and keep the ball below the hole. It's always easy to putt uphill on fair. He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Standing over his birdie putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 14, pretty short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank?
Get the ball in play here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far.
Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
And he's made it onto the green now. Locked in on the read and the speed. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. The par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favor something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Ooh, so close. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This for par. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a little tap in here. And he makes it for a bogey here. Now on to the 17th hole, and Frank, in so many ways, this determined the outcome of the 2007 U.S. Open. Jim Furyk had his issues here. It's just 313 yards, but it can really play with a player's mind.
It's such an unusual par 4 for a U.S. Open, plus also where it comes in the round, because the options, and there's only really two, is like a 4 or 5 iron, sneak it up the right side, or you take a driver directly at the green. You would think there's something in between, but really there isn't. And that's why, to your point, it stopped Jim Furyk, it stopped Tiger Woods, it allowed Cabrera to win. It also helped Ernie Els, who went with the driver option there back in 1994. So 17, it's short, it's tempting, it is at a US Open, but it is still demanding.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. 11 under on the day. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a US Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. You couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, round one in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie.
Great start.
On the tee, ready to go. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
Oh, now that is going to hurt.
So a tester from 4 feet. My goodness, what does a guy have to do to make a putt out here? Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Third hole's a par 4. Again, it's 428 yards, but Frank, we look out to the left and we can see there's nothing quite like the third at Oakmont.
Well, the church pews certainly might look beautiful from our point of view, but they really shrink the hole down, or the landing area, because not only the pews on the left side, but a bunch of bunkers on the right. You can see the tee shot plays a little downhill, but it funnels in so closely together that more often than not we'll see players hit long irons off the tee here. Should be safely on deck.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Fourth hole now, long par 5 at 609 yards.
That's a ginormous tee shot. Second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This would give him the par. Just has the feel today. Take you up now to the fifth hole, 382-yard par 4. Frank, what do you think of the fifth?
An excellent tee shot is required here with just a long iron. Even something as short as a 4-iron is fine, because the hole's not overly long. If you can bisect the bunkers on both sides, that's the key there. Second shot's going to be a little downhill.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just a couple of feet. Good putt. And now to the par 3 sixth here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards. Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. The par 4 7th, 434 yards. This one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Great strike and a great result. sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. That's another green hit in regulation, and that has been the story all day, just wearing out the center of that club face.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. The par 3 8. This is where Angel Cabrera, Sunday at the U.S. Open in 2007, made a deuce, and it was set up to play at 300 yards on that final day. This is all you want, Frank, in a par 3.
Yeah, it was the first 300-yard par 3 ever in a U.S. Open.
Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
Yeah, a little bit of magic from here. The hole's not over.
And he's made the green. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Whoa, what a bonus.
Here we are at the 9th, par 4, 477 yards. Frank, this is a rugged hole.
It is. It used to be a par 5. Some say it should still be a par 5. Long, straight hole. Runs alongside the first hole there. Bunkers left and right. And, of course, if you find the rough, the remnants of what it used to be a par 5 is a nice little cross bunker in the middle of the fairway, which forces you to lay up.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. How you maintain momentum and make those putts for par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Always a little trickier. Club selection is key, playing downhill on this shot. He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Could use this one. This is for par. That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Pretty short hole here at the 11th. It's only 379 yards, par 4. Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
exactly.
Rich. Really did.
Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward because on an uphill shot, there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 that I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot. The whole fairway slopes left to right just to get the ball on the fairway. You've got to draw the ball against the slope. The same problem exists with the second and the third shot. Has it come down yet? Not only is it straight, it's mega long.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. And this is looking really good. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. And getting ready for the putt. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
All right, Frank, at the par 3 13th at 183 yards, what do you see here?
Well, there's a lot of things to consider, but the general slope of this green really makes you either hit to a specific section on the green or just try and keep the ball below the hole. It's always easy to putt uphill on fast greens.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. That is a solid par putt. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at the 14th hole at Oakmont Country Club. Frank, it's only 358 yards. How good is the scoring opportunity here?
This is certainly one of the best chances on the back nine here for birdie, that's for sure, Rich. Just a long iron off the tee there, threaded in between bunkers that adorn both sides of this fairway. To set up to what you would say on Oakmont standards is a relatively gentle green.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. That's a birdie. And that's a good position from which to make a weekend move. Comfortably inside the cut line, still with plenty of time left in this tournament. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
We knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. And he'll do better this time, it looks like. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th hole. You have a long iron in hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of this green, so you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
Now on to the 17th hole, and Frank, in so many ways, this determined the outcome of the 2007 U.S. Open. Jim Furyk had his issues here. It's just 313 yards, but it can really play with a player's mind.
It's such an unusual par 4 for a U.S. Open, plus also where it comes in the round, because the options, and there's only really two, is like a 4 or 5 iron, you sneak it up the right side, or you take a driver directly at the green. You would think there's something in between, but really there isn't. And that's why, to your point, it stopped Jim Furyk, it stopped Tiger Woods, it allowed Cabrera to win. It also helped Ernie Els, who went with the driver option there back in 1994. So 17, it's short, it's tempting, it is at a U.S. Open, but it is still demanding.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship.
Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
Hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good putt.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. No fairway here, this one in that rough. 135 yards left, just in the second cut.
Should be safely on deck.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. On the tee, ready to go. Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker.
An awkward little bunker shot, just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag. I mean, just get it out.
Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Just a couple of feet. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Moving on to the third hole now. Again, it's a par 4 of 428 yards, but you can see the distinctive bunkering on the left, making this, Frank, one of the most famous holes in golf.
It is. The church pews that adorn the left side, they're no fun to be in, that's for sure, because somehow, invariably, you always seem to get behind one of those grass strips behind, and all you're left to do is punch out. Not just that, too. The amount of bunkers on that right side really narrowed that down. Now, this tee shot plays downhill, and then you've got to be ready for that uphill second shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, that was so close, Frank.